What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to WhiteysWalk's core starting 5 for the DK main slate, April 11th, 2021. Before we get into this, guys, I'm new to this. I need you guys to like the channel. I need you to subscribe. I need you to like the videos. Do all that cool stuff on social media that you do that helps me continue to give this free content for the rest of this NBA season. Follow me on Twitter at WhiteysWalks for all the info and injury news and updates as the day goes on. That does change this core 5, and I want you guys to have the best opportunities. That all being said, I want to dive right into the video. I'm going to be doing a contrarian build today, a little bit different. This is more for GPP play. Some of these plays are good for cash games, but I recommend more of a GPP if you're going to be following this video. I want to get right into it, guys. Let's start here. Point guard, I'm going to play Goran Drawdrick today with Victor Oladipo already being out. I think Goran Drawdrick can get back to some of the beginning of the season form he was in when he was getting us 30 to 40. None is playing well, is playing today, but he's not playing as well. And I think Goran Drawdrick's going to garnish most of the minutes today up against a bad Portland defense against the backcourt. I'm looking for Goran Drawdrick to get me about 30, 35 today. I'd really be happy, and I believe it's possible. Obviously, you can pay up today. Go with Luka Doncic. Never a bad play. Going up against San Antonio, a little bit of a down tick in play in speed of play, but he flourishes in that kind of gameplay. Actually, he loves the slower games. He can get set. He can get into his three. So Luka's obviously a good play. Dame I do like, but ever since McCollum's come back, he hasn't been that 60-plus threat like he was before. So I still like paying down here right now to get up to some of the other plays that I want to play. Someone I would play if I wasn't playing Drawdrick would be Zach Levine. This guy's been going off, and against a bad Minnesota defense today, it was really struggled with me deciding whether I wanted to play Drawdrick or if I wanted to play Levine. Just with the way I decided to do my build, it required me to pay down a little bit at point guard, and at 4,700, Goran Drawdrick is a great price with Oladipo out. Can definitely get you value and definitely exceed that value if needed. But other than that, I'd probably go to Levine. I wouldn't pay all the way up. I'd probably go to Levine if I wasn't playing Drawdrick. Going down to shooting guard, I'm going to play Deangelo Russell. Since he's come back, he was on that minutes limit, but every game he did well. The only reason it's 19.27, if you look at the minutes he was playing, is only 28.4, but he wasn't in game play mode yet. You have to remember, last year, Deangelo Russell garnished 7,500 to 8,000. On DK and was getting you value all the time. He's at 6,500, and I believe this price range is only good for about another week, guys. Once they see Deangelo Russell coming back and playing, he loves playing with Towns. Towns loves playing with him. So the assists are a lot more than last year, but he's always a scoring threat as well. Last game, 43.5. Game before that, 36.8. Before that, 33.9. These are all DK points that he's getting value all the time. Now he's going to probably push up to that 30-plus minutes, I believe. And against the Chicago backcourt that he can't guard, Deangelo Russell is a great play today. I love Deangelo Russell at 6,500, and I'm going to keep playing him until he gets up to that 7,500-plus range. And then even he's a consideration. At shooting guard, you could slide in Zach Levine. Don't think I'm going to do it. Don't really like to play a shooting guard here against Deangelo. I would put him more in the guard position, like I had mentioned before, in the point against Drawdrick. Paying up for Paul George is a great play today. I believe we already have... let me double check before I say it here. Yes, Kawhi is already sitting. So obviously Paul George is a good play. He might be chalk today. He's going up against Detroit that can't really guard him. Paying up, a great position, Paul George. You could go Drew Holiday or Middleton. They're both probable to play today. And with Giannis out, obviously they're great plays. Drew has gone bonkers every time Giannis is out. So he's not a bad play at all. I don't want to play them with the field, though. Every time it seems I've been playing them, they've been chalk and they haven't really hit. I never really hit Holiday when he went for that 60-plus. I was one of the idiots that didn't play him. But I'm going to stick with at shooting guard playing Deangelo Russell. I think he can get me there. I love the the price he's at right now. So shooting guard, I'm sticking with Deangelo Russell, but I wouldn't fault you for playing one of those three guys, George, Holiday, or Middleton as well. Small forward, I'm going to stick to this again, and this might be, 3,800. Bembry has been getting you what you need out of him. He doesn't really have that ceiling that's like remarkable, but he has the salary savings in order for you to fit other people in, and a pretty safe, you feel safe that he's going to hit what you need him to get, hit your value. Bembry we've got Lowry is questionable today, I believe. Yes, Lowry is questionable today. We've already got Van Vliet ruled out, so Bembry's still going to get minutes no matter what. I need this position to pay up for some of my other ones and give myself an average remaining player at the end. That's good enough for me to complete the lineup. You could put Luka in here as well if you want to pay up for it, because he is point guard and shooting small forward eligible. Always a great play. I've already mentioned on him. He's great. But Butler at 9,000. I think if I was going to pay up, Butler would be the play today. Against a bad Portland backcourt defense, McCollum and Lillard have never been really known for their defense against guys, and Butler does it all. He can get you that 50 to 60, no problem. Ingram just underneath him at 8,300. You could probably get the same actually out of Ingram today that you could out of Butler, except he's more scoring dependent. That's why I like Butler a little bit more and would pay up the extra $700. Middleton, you can also shooting guard, small forward, so you can plug Middleton in there as well. Again, I already explained, I don't want to play with the chalk today. I'm just going to move on from there. I'm pretty comfortable playing Bembry, paying down at the small forward position. For this reason, I want to pay up at power forward today, and I'm playing Julius Randle. I think he's going to torch my Toronto Raptors today. They're beat up. Siakam just hasn't been himself. He's so up and down this season. His defense hasn't been great at all. So I think Randle can torch him and Boucher when they come in there. Boucher's shot blocking defense is okay, but Randle is just a beast. Boucher's a twig compared to him. I'm looking for Randle to get us one of those big 50, 60 point DK point games today. And Toronto and New York games should stay close. It's an uptick. They love running. I love Julius Randle at this position. Antetokounmpo is already, I believe, he's doubtful today, like we've mentioned, so I'm not even looking to pay up to him. Zion Williamson against the beat-up Cleveland. He probably will torch him today, but I just don't want to pay up to 9,400. If I'm not gonna play Randle, I'm not gonna pay up close to him at 9,400. I'd rather pay another 800 is what I'm saying to play Randle. Porzingis against San Antonio as well. Even though he's torched them in the past, I just don't like playing against San Antonio. There's such a downtick in time, and a lot of Porzingis points come from that fast break. San Antonio is good at getting back. That's one thing Pop does preach on him. So I think I'm going to stay away from that. And like I said, Siakam, I don't like playing Siakam lately. He's just so up and down. He can get you that 50. They are beat up, so they are going to look to Siakam to score a lot. So maybe a contrarian play is going Siakam and hoping he has one of those good games. I'm not going to go that way. And Sabonis is always a good play. Probably the best contrarian play against all these guys. Somehow he doesn't garnish ownership, and he still is having such a great season. But him and JV, that's a good matchup today. I'm not going to go to Sabonis. I'm going to stay with my power forward at Julius Randle. I feel so confident that he's going to torch Toronto today, and I'm looking for that 50 to 60 plus game out of him. At center today, this is the place I played with a lot. Obviously, you want to play Towns. He's got that 70 plus games. He's good for 50 plus. Against Chicago, the defense, they are 27th ranked against the big guy, but that's a little different since Vooch got there. So I think that defensive ranking, you can't really trust it right now. I'm going to play Vooch against Towns because I think Towns' defense is so terrible, and I think Vooch is going to just torch him. And I'm getting huge savings at 9,100 for Vooch compared to 10,800 on Towns. I love the savings that I'm getting off that so that I can play more players. So even if I got another, if Towns goes for 70 and Vooch goes for 50, you just have to do that math in your head, guys, and risk the reward. If I get 50 out of Vooch and I can play another guard or forward on a higher price that I can get more than 20 out of, you have to remember and leverage that Towns, when you pay up to him, you're not going to be able to play. You're going to have to play value down in the bottom. I just don't like that way of building. I like having around that 5K plus, like I've mentioned in my other videos, average player remaining after the course starting 5. That gives you guys enough to build with if you want to go value and one more stud, or just do a balanced finish off the lineup. So this starting 5, guys, I think you have a great start here. You have 53.66 remaining average player. Like I said, as value comes out, follow me on Twitter at WhiteysWalk. You might find good enough value to stick another stud in there. Or you could just go balance. Other than that, guys, I want to see you guys away from the deposit screen, into the green, and as always, all the time in that withdraw screen. Follow me on Twitter at WhiteysWalk for all the news and updates as injuries come out here before lock. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is how I'm going to be able to give you guys all this free content. I want to see you guys winning. That's all I want to see. Ask me any questions on Twitter at WhiteysWalk. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer everything that I can. And other than that, guys, let's have a great, great day. I love Saturdays and Sundays. DFS, full swing. Let's get into it. Hope you guys do well. Until next time.